Okay, we are live. Just come on live here a few seconds early. Waiting for you all to arrive. It's Nicola here. I have needed to come on a little later today because I'm getting into upland and I was buying land in the metaverse today. LA opened up. Teresa and I are going to do some videos on how you can get real estate in the metaverse and make money very soon on that, and also taking a friend to the airport, and I didn't get back in time to do this morning. So here we are, and I'm going to be looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum and Kasta today. If there are other coins you want me to look at, then I can do that as well, and we will get started. So say hi, like the video. We would really appreciate your support. It lets YouTube know that we are pumping out really good content. It's of value to you. And also we start showing up in your feed as well when we upload our videos. We go live with technical analysis every Wednesday. We upload tutorials on technical analysis, scenario trading, other aspects of investing in the crypto market. We're starting to segue into NFTs and metaverse and gaming opportunities as we head into the bull market. In just a moment, I'm going to talk about Bitcoin, where we're at in the market in general. But remember, we are going to have a bear market. Whether this is the bear market or the bull market is on one moment, we are going to go over that in a moment. But we are going to get a bear market, and there's talk that to elongate your profits in the crypto industry, you can take them out of crypto at the top of the market and start segueing into NFTs, into stable coins, obviously, but also into gaming. And specifically, Upland has come about where you can get real estate much cheaper than you can in Decentraland right now. So more on that coming up. We're so excited about it. Anyway, let's talk about Bitcoin. Is the bull run back on? Well, not quite yet. I think we've had a rally and I think it's great, but we have not broken above some really critical resistance levels. Have a look at this on the weekly for Bitcoin. If we remember, we're looking at this this shoulder here, a possible head here and a shoulder here, which I don't think is going to play out, because if it does, and I could be wrong, if it does, it's a bit gnarly. I think it's a bit too early to get down to those levels, but it's actually possible. And this has a target of 13,000. Now, we've never had Bitcoin go below the previous bull market top, which was just under 20,000 in the next cycle. So a little unlikely. But where we're at right now is we have broken down from the headline of that head and shoulders. This very strong support level we've broken. You see how it was support, resistance here, and then support and resistance here. So it's like, this is a really well-established line here. We broke that. We've come down. This week, if we don't get back up over this level of resistance at 41,590, say, then what could happen is that we could reverse back down and then come back down to lower numbers and fulfill this head and shoulders, at the very least, retouch 28,688. There are a number of shorts that were in that have come out. We got positive news with the Fed today. Well, it wasn't positive. It was kind of like, much ado about nothing, right? It's like, well, everything we've said, we thought we were going to say, we're now saying. I mean, come on. Interest rates are going to have to rise, but we're not doing it right now, right? So, so the markets are a little less jittery, and so we're back into a little bit more confidence. But we have a tremendous amount of resistance above us. And hey, Kelly, great to see you. And let's have a look. Let's go down into the daily so we can narrow in here. Remember, that we have been going in this descending channel. Now, one more thing before I do go into the daily. See this candle here? It took 14 weeks for us to come from the top to go down before we bounced back up. And we're now at 12 weeks if we did it here. So we kind of might be spending another couple of weeks down here. We've got the new moon coming up next week, and the new moon often sees a little bit of a dumpsy. So we want to, we really want to get up above here, but it's possible that we might not, and you have to prepare yourself for that mentally. You can't be always expecting it to go down and make lots of money and go up and make lots of money, because sometimes the markets are just a little bit more sideways and they're taking a little bit long, right? So let's go into the daily. If you've subscribed to our videos, you know that we've been talking about, actually, sorry, I should have gone back to the weekly. We've been talking about this upward channel that we've been in for Bitcoin that we have broken down from, you see here, and we've broken down early. And that's one of the reasons why I feel like this is just a fake out. Like at the end of the month, it might end up just being this wick down and creating a fake out. And the reason for that is that this is a ascending narrowing wedge, or you could call it a symmetrical triangle. If it's a symmetrical triangle, breaks to the upside more often than down. And if it's a rising narrowing wedge, breaks to the downside more often than it's not. But the key point is we're nowhere near the pinnacle of the breakout. If it's going to break down, it would break down up around here, which is sitting around June. And if it was going to break up, around about the same, right? So what we might be able to expect is that we could come back up here, test 74,000, 75,000, maybe not get quite that high, come back down and trade up here for several months to come. And that's a possibility. However, one of the other things I was looking at is that if we come back down and retest this, and then we come back up and we create a higher high here, we might be in for a bigger pattern on the larger time frame. And if you recall on our channel, Teresa and I were talking a lot down here when we were in here, is that every time there was a bullish pattern that we thought was going to break to the upside, it got busted and it broke to the downside, and it was just creating a bigger pattern when you zoomed out on the bigger time frames. And I think that could be what's happening here. So now let's zoom in and have a look at where we're at. We have had a significant rally, which is really nice. And we're moving up to retest some critical resistance levels here on this channel to see, are we going to hit that, come back down, create a higher low, or come back down and create a lower low? That's the big question mark right now. So we'll bring in some indicators to see what we're thinking. Also, once we go down into the 4 hourly, you can see that there's actually a bull flag there that we are in the process of heading up to, right? So 39,764, we met resistance, very heavy resistance. See how we're going up in the smaller rising wedge, which means that it breaks to the downside more often than not, and it's already broken to the downside. So we could be coming back down to 35,759. And again, we could fall all the way back down here. So this is what you do when you want to know what the retracement levels are. You bring in the Fibonacci. Take it to the bottom candle in the local area that you're looking at, take it to the top and look for the 50% Fibonacci level, which is this green level here. That means that's sitting around the bottom of this channel. So we could come down, break down, and then come back up and fulfill that bull flag and maybe even touch here. That's one scenario. The golden ratio is sitting at 35,097. And again, this is an area of strong support. So we could be coming back down this far to create a higher low, so we can start feeling more confident that we are having a trend reversal here, and we're turning to the upside, and maybe once we come up here amongst these resistances, we'll actually break through this time. That's the bullish scenario, right? We always have to be mindful of what if it drops all the way down here. And for those of you who are with us in Crypto Trading Ninjas, that's my private mastermind group. We have what we call cheeky buy orders, which we put at structure lows. So when we retrace, it doesn't matter, because what we're doing is we are getting in at those really low rates and dollar cost averaging down our entry rate. And is that you've got to be very careful of doing that. Obviously, there's lots of rules around it, so don't just go doing that. And I'm certainly not a financial advisor for you, but I'm just saying this is one of the trading strategies that we use, so we don't really worry too much about these retracements. It's a really good thing, right? If you're shorting, you know the deal. If we break down, which we've done on that red candle, and if we come back up and retest that upward resistance line that was support, come back down, and then the candle starts to go below here, closes below right here. See where the red candle stopped? That's a good entry point for a short, but you haven't got really far to go before we might bounce back and reverse quite heavily. So I don't think that's a really good opportunity to short. I mean, if you're scalping and you're experienced, absolutely you can get in and out if you're watching. But if you're not experienced and you're just jumping in and shorting because you think it's going down, 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 I'd just be very careful, because there's too much support under us. And even with this big dump, like we got this dump, we got a heavy rejection down here, and it was just short of, just short of this big support level here that we had back here, when we were in the doldrums, right down here, and it created a higher low. So structure wise, we are creating a bullish structure here in the lows on the bigger time frames. So even though it is possible that we could go down to those areas, we haven't. And it's not 100% given that we will, especially now that we've had kind of news from the American Federal Reserve on interest rates. So normally too, by the way, when you are in the middle of a channel like this, it's very volatile. So getting into a trade in the middle of a channel is not necessarily a good idea. Usually you want to long the bottom, like you wanted to get into a long here, go all the way up to the top. And then if it's turning around and coming back down, up here is where you short, because we've created a lower high. So that's what we're looking for. What is going to happen once we hit these resistance lines around 40,000, 40,500, again at 41,000, 41,500, and 45,800 even. What happens up here? Are we going to get rejected, or are we going to have momentum to push through? And as far as the full moon and the new moon, because we follow that here, usually the full moon is a pump and the new moon is a dump. But this time the full moon pump didn't pump much. It pumped up to the resistance line, and then we had that heavy dump. Right, here's the new moon, we have the new moon and the dump. And if you get this indicator, it's just called moon phases. If you get this indicator on your charts, you are going to find that it's pretty accurate during a bull run, that we do get these new moon dumps and we get these full moon pumps. Now, new moon is next week. So we haven't had a pump higher than the last new moon dump. So if we don't get up here, in my opinion, it is possible that the new moon could take us down a little bit further. But we'll keep you posted. We'll keep watching this. If you're in our Discord server at Conscious Crypto Traders, you'll see the link below for that. We are posting technical analysis every single day, a couple of times a day, so that you can see how we're updating, rather than doing it here on YouTube, because it allows us to give you feedback answer your questions, where here you could take the information wrong or misread it and then go and lose money. And we really don't want the karma for that. So if you're really interested in being part of that, head on over to Conscious Crypto. So that is that for Bitcoin. If you are already in a long, you might have wanted to have taken a little bit of profit here. And I would just be watching. If we come back up, turn around and come back down, I would take a limited amount of profit out myself if you're actually in profit in the trade, because it is possible that if we do, that we do come back down here, or at least down to this Fibonacci level, in which case, if you take some profit out, you can put it back into the trade as we retrace and get in there, and you haven't lost all of this profit on this rally here. Hey Shantanu, it's great to see you here on the channel, one of our newest crypto ninjas, as well as Kelly there. Yeah, so that is it for Bitcoin. Let's have a look at Ethereum. If you look up here on the day, actually, Bitcoin's gone up 0.34% and Ethereum had gone up 2.9%. It actually had gone up 3.8% at some stage, because look at this, we got this really huge rejection off of this 2722. And this is it. I haven't had time. I literally just got back from the airport. I haven't had time to clean up this chart here. So let me just show you what I was looking at here. This, if we look over here, this could have been an ascending triangle, but it kind of got invalidated here. So I'm just going to take those out. And then this could be a rising wedge, and we're going to have to redraw the lines here. And now it actually makes sense that, very similar to Bitcoin, this is a rising channel. And look at where it is showing support. Yeah, that makes better sense, which is good. So if we break down from here, right here at the Fibonacci level of this candle high here and the low here, sitting at around 2355, that's a possible retracement to create a higher low. But we need to watch this other Fibonacci level down here at 1845, because if we break this golden ratio level here, the 0.618, it's possible that we could fall all the way back down here as well. Possible. I'm not convinced that that's going to happen. If you look at the VPVR, which I don't actually use that often, but I have been these last few days, we've got a little bit of volume sitting around here at 2250. So we could come back and retest 2200. But if we get up above, this trading level here, where there's been quite a lot of trades, once we start getting up at around 2624, it gets a bit thin, which means that it's possible that we could shoot up here as well. But we're trading within a channel, and you trade the channel, wait for the bounce to see if we're going to bounce back to the upside on a green candle, get in on a long, and then ride it up to the top. And if it turns around and comes back down again, come in on a red candle and short it down to the bottom. And it's a pretty decent one if you're doing a small amount of leverage. This is I think it's a little bit more clarity in the Ethereum trade as well. If you remember, for Bitcoin, actually, there was an inverse head and shoulders here. So let me take this out, which here's the shoulder, there's the head, and there's the shoulder. And that's actually been playing out. We could be coming back down and just kind of go below this level here for the neckline to bounce back up and head back on up. It's like, whether it's a bull flag, whether it's an inverse head and shoulders, or whether it's a rising channel that comes down and comes back up again. The bottom line is that this is looking like it's going to head back up to the top here, and test the resistance levels up above us. So back to Ethereum. The reason why I said that is we didn't quite have a perfect inverse head and shoulders here for Ethereum, because this head didn't quite touch. However, it looks like it's actually pretty much played out anyway. Sometimes when these things aren't perfect, they'll play out anyway. or they won't. Like the statistics are that they won't play out less more than they will play out. But it looks like we've got here very heavy rejection here coming back down. And looks like the trend is starting to get a bit exhausted as well. A little bit of room to move on the RSI. So if we come down into the 1 hour, let's have a look at Ichimoku on Ethereum. One of the things that will turn the VPVR off. One of the things that I had noticed this morning when I was looking at the charts, and I mentioned it in this morning's video in the Discord server, is that the cavalry is arriving on the Ichimoku cloud. And what that means is that we've got green ahead. See this green cloud? Whenever we've got a green cloud, it is it's a sign that we're heading towards flow, we're heading towards more bullishness. And whenever we've got a red cloud, it is resistance. We're in resistance. And if you have a look at what happened here for Ethereum, we came up to the top of the cloud, just above it, of the resistance, too much resistance for it to go any further, that we've come back down. And so I would just be watching out for this, this could also be a potential head and shoulders here. Not an inverse one, which breaks to the downside. So that's what we want to watch. Depending on where that breaks down. And look at that, there's confluence. So kind of looks like we could be coming back down to 2,358 on Ethereum. We've got a couple of signs there saying that that's where we're heading. And obviously, let's watch if we go lower. I want to see a bounce off of here and then come back to the upside. I think that would be good, in which case what would happen is this fictitious head and shoulders that I put in here is actually invalidated. Awesome. Great. So before I go on to Kasta, we are launching our NFT project next month. Totally excited about it. It is called, oopsie, that's the wrong one, the Quantum Freedom NFT collection. It's a whole lot of photographs that I've taken around the world of beaches and where I've captured light. I'm working with a graphic artist called Anne-Marie, and we're telling the story of how light is coming into the world to free humanity and to restore our sovereignty and restore our ability to be free and pursue our purpose. So super excited about that. It's a great story. We're going to be telling a lot of the story on our social media. So if you want to head on over to quantumfreedomnfts.com, you can sign up right here to get introduced to the launch party, because there's going to be some really good specials on when we do the launch party next month. And the launch was going to be on the 22nd of February, but Anne-Marie has got sick, and we need to postpone it for a couple of weeks. So, but definitely come down and join all of our social media, especially Twitter and Instagram, where we're telling our story of the 100th monkey to create this paradigm shift around freedom and how light is coming into the earth to free humanity. I love it so much. I'm so proud of it. I'm so excited about it. Would love for you all to be part of it, and make sure that you head on over there. I think there's a link in the description below. And also, if you're interested in learning more in-depth technical analysis, scenario trading, different methods of spot trading, trading with margin, and also what coins are best to invest in and when, and how to juggle your HODL portfolio, and learning how to stake and create passive income with crypto, consider joining my private mastermind, Trading Crypto Ninjas. And the link for that is also below as well. Trading Crypto Ninjas, we meet on Zoom 4 times a month. We do some market analysis. We look at, where is the best way to use our profits from crypto. We're segueing from crypto into gaming, into NFTs, into metaverse investing and what have you. So you get to learn about all of that as well. And there is a year's worth of training videos there that give you everything you need to know about the basics, and also the more advanced trading techniques and technical analysis. And we'd love to have you on board. It's a great group. I've got a couple of ninjas here. great group of people, awesome community, and you get daily buy orders and sell orders on the coins that we're following as well. So in the Discord server. So let's have a look at Kasta. On the positive side, because I know a lot of you FOMO'd in at $1 or $2 thinking it was going to be like VPAD and go up to 1,500. I was one of them. I got in at $1.74, and then I've just bought some more to bring my entry point down. But we're trading at around 56 cents, and it went down to 54 down here, touched a really nice fib level here. But basically, looks like we're trading within this channel. See here, we're trading, between, what did it go up to, about $1.18 to 50 cents. So I think that's positive from the perspective that we're going sideways. And when there was a big dump in the market, we did get a dump, but the last one wasn't very much, right? So I think we're finding a bottom here for Kasta. Can I just go up big on here? And I think that, the market, the market, when it goes up, it rises all boats, right? And I think that this will rise as the market goes up as well. But I think we're going to need a really good story to get it pumping again. And let's hope that the phone app that they're bringing out, where you can be doing free transactions in crypto amongst your friends and to people that you might want to be paying in crypto and so on, without all those horrendous fees. So it's an awesome project to get involved in. I don't get paid to say that. I really believe in the guys behind it. I like the team. I like everything that they've done. It was an unfortunate opening with Bybit crashing, but I think it's really holding strong. And in my opinion, it's looking stronger than some of the other altcoins that have been very volatile and making really big dumps and not finding a bottom. And this is, trading sideways within a range, a big range, but nevertheless. So that's it from me for now, just a short one. We'll see you in another video. Now, hopefully tomorrow, Teresa and I are going to do a video for you all about investing in real estate. And if any of you are interested, we'd love for your comments. Certainly would love for you to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and watch out for all of that, because we believe, and we're not financial advisors, remember, but we're just private enthusiasts. But we believe that the metaverse of real estate and the metaverse is going to take off, because it started to take off. Also, they're in this bear market that we have had, like this ongoing downward channel. Money's been flowing out of crypto, and it's been going into the metaverse, and it's been going into metaverse real estate. So I think that's a sign of the times of when we really hit the big bear cycle, which happens, which lasts for 1.5 to 2 years, that's the direction that the money will flow, and NFTs as well. So we're learning a lot about that in Crypto Ninjas, but Teresa and I are going to start giving you some videos on playing the game in the metaverse and buying real estate, because we're really excited about it. And this channel is all about what our hobby is and what we're excited about, what we're learning, and what we share with you. So on that note, I'm out of here. I'll see you in the next video, and it's bye from me for now. Until then, trade consciously. Bye, guys. Oops. Bye again.